Imagine a world where the vibrant underwater cities of coral reefs, teeming with life and supporting millions of people, start crumbling away forever due to our choices. This isn't just a distant nightmare. It's happening right now. The planet has crossed its first major climate tipping point, triggered by greenhouse gas emissions, leading to the widespread dieback of warm water coral reefs. But here's where it gets controversial. While some scientists declare this decline irreversible, others argue there's still hope for adaptation. Stick around to explore the full story, including the looming threats to other vital ecosystems, and discover what most people miss, the potential for positive changes that could turn the tide. According to a groundbreaking new report from a team of scientists and conservationists, Earth has hit this catastrophic milestone. Coral reefs, which harbor about a quarter of all marine species and are among the most sensitive ecosystems to global warming, are now facing long-term deterioration. This isn't just an ecological tragedy. It jeopardizes the livelihoods of hundreds of millions who rely on reefs for fishing, tourism, and coastal protection. The report, produced by experts from 87 institutions across 23 countries and funded by the Bezos Earth Fund, warns that we're also perilously close to other tipping points, such as the Amazon rainforest's collapse, the breakdown of major ocean currents, and the meltdown of massive ice sheets. To help newcomers understand, a climate tipping point is like a critical threshold in a system's behavior. Once crossed, it leads to drastic, often unstoppable changes. Think of it as a dam holding back water. Push it beyond a certain point, and the flood can't be contained. For coral reefs, this means severe degradation is now inevitable unless we act swiftly. Yet, not everyone agrees on the timeline or the doom. Some experts question the report's predictions, noting that while reefs are indeed struggling, emerging evidence suggests they might survive higher temperatures through adaptation. This debate sparks heated discussions. Is it realistic to say reefs are doomed? Or could they bounce back with better management? The part most people miss is that these tipping points aren't abstract. They're already unfolding, with real-world examples like the Caribbean reefs suffering from heat waves, dwindling diversity, and diseases that are pushing them toward total collapse. The world's coral reefs have been enduring a massive bleaching event since January 2023, the fourth and most severe on record. Over 80% of reefs in more than 80 countries have been hit by scorching ocean temperatures, forcing scientists to call it uncharted territory. The report estimates that reefs reach their tipping point when global temperatures rise between 1 Celsius and 1.5 Celsius above pre-industrial levels, with 1.2 Celsius as the midpoint, and we're already at about 1.4 Celsius. Without drastic, immediate cuts to greenhouse gases, which seem unlikely, the 1.5 degrees Celsius mark could be breached in the next decade. As Professor Tim Lenton from the University of Exeter's Global Systems Institute puts it, we can no longer talk about tipping points as a future risk. The first tipping of widespread dieback of warm water coral reefs is already underway. This shift is affecting countless lives, from fishermen losing their catch to communities dependent on reef-based economies. But controversy brews here. While many endorse the report's urgency, others, like Professor Peter Mumby from the University of Queensland, caution against painting too bleak a picture. He acknowledges the decline, but points to promising research showing corals could adapt, potentially thriving even at 2 degrees Celsius of warming with aggressive climate action and improved local protections. The worry? If the narrative leans too heavily on inevitability, society might abandon efforts to save reefs, which Mumby fears would be a mistake. This clash of views invites us to ponder. Should we focus on doom to spur action, or highlight resilience to avoid despair? And this is the part most people miss: the role of refugia, those sheltered reef spots less impacted by climate woes, which could serve as seeds for future recovery if we protect them now. Echoing this, Dr. Mike Barrett from WWF UK stresses that reef conservation is now more urgent than ever. Dr. Tracy Ainsworth from the International Coral Reef Society adds that reefs are transforming, shifting away from coral dominance and facing new challenges, but we must adapt management to support diverse marine life. The Australian Institute of Marine Science warns against overgeneralizing global data, as regional differences matter and there's still a slim chance to intervene before stabilization sets in. Looking ahead, Lenton highlights the danger zone we're entering, with the West Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets nearing their own tipping points due to accelerating ice loss, which would drive up sea levels. We're projected to surpass 1.5 degrees C of warming around 2030, heightening risks for additional disasters. The Amazon, battered by climate change and deforestation, is closer to collapse than we thought. Yet, the report offers a glimmer of hope. Society could trigger positive tipping points, like the rapid adoption of electric vehicles, to slash emissions exponentially. As Lenton urges, the race is on to bring forward these positive tipping points to avoid what we are now sure will be the unmanageable consequences of further tipping points in the Earth system. In wrapping up, this report forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our warming world, but it also reminds us of actionable hope through innovation and urgency. What do you think? Is the focus on tipping points a wake-up call or an overstatement? Do you believe in the potential for coral adaptation, or are we past the point of no return? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss whether bold action can still save these treasures for future generations.